Hello, shark.
Hello, I'm not dressed as a shark properly. Hold on and I'll put it on properly.
There we go. Welcome to
Hi.
the battle report where this is going to be a chaos report. There you go, look at that. She's a massive shark.
Rawr.
Bought because Admiral has decided that she's going to go into Idoneth Deepkin. There you go, you got a fin. She wants to go to Idoneth Deepkin, so she's got a nice little thing to wear whilst chilling out and potentially wearing that. A tournament will be hilarious. It's nice and warm though, eh?
It's nice and warm, I can't see, and I have to kind of put it there to keep it up. But what I will do once we start the game, because the fins get in my way when I'm moving stuff, I will just like tie it around my waist.
Perfect. An impromptu recording for me, and for both of us, in fairness. We're going for 1,000 points of what looks like Big War versus Fire Slayers, but it's actually your January report. And because of how short this is potentially going to be, looking at the size and everything, we may do a second one just for balance. Maybe it'll be like the start of the Path to Glory, where we give like the Ogre's VI and draw Idoneth thing. Yes, as promised at the end of the Christmas special, I am going to be playing Kharadron Overlords. So these are Fire Slayers who have decided to put on suits today. We did say we're going to be proxying, so apologies now for those that don't like that sort of thing. That's also why we'll probably do like a proper video.
Turn this video off if you don't like proxying. But
to go through my list, I'm playing Barak Zilfan, which means I get a second masterwork or Endrin work. And I've never heard
any of these words before.
And it means that my frigate, I could take frigate as battle line. I was planning, because we were talking about doing 2,000 points.
Yes.
But apparently this is going to be the game, and it's so Stephen doesn't have to play.
I picked that, but yes.
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, you don't have to stress anymore.
Yes. So to speak through my list, the Magmadroth will be standing in for a frigate. He's all bloated and stuff like that and floating. The Chosen Axe is here, and the Vulkite Berserkers over there will be standing in for Endriggers, I believe, and I can give you a bit more of a lowdown as we go through the game of what they've got. But I believe I've gone for volley gun and a drill bit head or something like that. This is the first time I'm actually playing this army in general. This lovely stand-in, who would look like I had taken an allied Imperatant, is actually going to be my my Endringer in Dirigible suit, I believe it is.
Oh, Dirigible suit.
And then over here are my Stealth Arkanaut.
The bases.
Yes,
the black bases right here.
The bases are the bases from my Gretchin that are the only bases we have that are 25mm for me to have an Arkanaut unit, or Arkanaut company unit, sorry. And then Shortbread will be standing in for my Admiral to give me 940 points of Kharadron Overlords. My masterwork, my amendments and scripts and all that. This is where I have to remember the silly names. I'm going to zoom over to the app here. Emma, why don't you take the camera?
I am now wearing my shark much like a toga, which you'll see later, but it means I have my arms free to do stuff.
So my article is Honour is Everything, which means that I can rally on a 4-up instead of a 6.
Nice.
I've got the Trust Your Guns amendment, which is once per turn I can re-roll a hit roll of 1 on a shooting unit.
Okay.
And there's no trading with some people for my footnotes, which is once per battle, if my frigate is shot at, I can shoot back at them.
Oh, once per turn, if that's shot at, you can shoot back.
Once per game, I can shoot back.
Okay, I will remember that and not shoot at your frigate.
I believe everyone can, so all of the bodies can jump in and out of the boat.
Okay.
Though they have to be wholly within 3 inches of it, and they have to be away from, more than 3 inches away from bad guys. There is the other part, which is the...
I don't know how you're doing it off that app, that stresses me out.
Welcome to madness. There is the Endriggers update thing that I have to remember.
Steve is scrolling furiously.
There it is. I've got the frigates, the frigate enhancement of prudency shoots. So if the unit is destroyed, you don't have to roll to see if models are embarked or slain. Okay. In addition, if this unit is destroyed, embarked units do not have to set up more than 3 inches from all enemy units. Ah. So essentially, if this has things in it and it's shot down, I have to roll dice for any number of models that are in it. Okay. And for each one, a model is slain.
Oh, okay.
With prudency shoots, I don't have to do that.
Okay.
When they're getting out of the boat, they have to be wholly within 3 inches of the boat itself, and they have to be more than 3 inches away from bad guys. Okay. But with the prudency shoots, they are able to get out and be within 3 inches of a bad guy. Okay. When it's destroyed, I believe.
When it's destroyed.
Yeah, if it's destroyed and I'm having to disembark, if I'm disembarking normally, I have to do the usual disembark. Okay. Current setup is set up, as you can see, with the Arkanaut company and the Arkanaut Admiral in the boat.
That pile of bases there.
Yep. And that's really,
your army.
The only other thing I need to tell you is that I have given my I've got the Master armor, which means my Admiral has a 5-up ward.
Nice.
And I have given him the command trait of cunning.
Clan Boldrick.
Cunning something. It's I think it's cunning Fleetmaster.
I wanted to say something, but it's inappropriate for the air.
Cunning Fleetmaster, which means that at the end of your enemy's movement, you can pick one sky vessel within 12 inches of the general and move that unit. It has to be more than 12 inches away from enemies as well, and it can make a normal move. Okay. So essentially, I can give it a second move in the turns.
Nice.
And that's my list.
Okay, cool. Have this. I'll talk you through mine. Mine is written on a sheet of paper, so I don't have to flick through apps. I'm glad I didn't throw this away because I have to do it again.
Talk to me about your proxies.
We'll just start from this. Yeah, they're all proxies as well. So I need to decide which one. So I have 3 eels here. We don't have models long enough to proxy that have long bases. So 2 models together is 1 eel. I have 3 lots of, what are they called? Ishlaen guard emails. Emails? That's not a word. Eels. 3 eels there. Here and here, I'll put it to both. 1 lot, these ones over here are Namarti Reavers. These lot over here are Namarti Thralls. And when I get to some fancy stuff, I'll explain it. This guy in the middle is an Ishlaen Soulrender, who has the Brain Barnacles artifact, which means once per battle in my hero phase, I can pick 1 enemy hero within 12 inches of this guy and roll 2d6. If the total is equal or greater than the distance between them, the enemy subtracts 1 from hit rolls and wound rolls for that enemy unit for the remainder of the battle. Lovely. So I have to get fairly close to somebody, so it's under 12. Here is my Akhelian king. He's riding a giant seahorse, but for the purposes of proxy, it's Rhino, not riding a giant seahorse.
He's riding his massive ego.
He's riding his massive ego. He has 2 fancy things. So the way what am I playing? The Idoneth Deepkin, they play in tides. So there's a different tide every round of the game. And they have different things according to which tide it is. So while affected by high tide, which is round 3, for each enemy within 3 inches of him, I get to add 2 to all melee attacks.
Nice.
Yeah. So I want to keep him back until round 3, so he's got more attacks. These are my Namarti Thralls. Those no, they're not. They're the eels. They're the other eels. They're the Morrsarr guard. Yes, Morrsarr guard. 3 more eels, and then that's terrain. I was about to go, and there we'll say the Soulrender. This guy here with the 2 bones has something called a lure light. If the lure light, a friendly Soulrender, affects a friendly Namarti unit, hence why he's close to those, add 3 to the number of returned models. So at the end of a game, he can return models, D3 return models, and then I can add 3 to it if they're within a certain distance from him.
Perfect. So 1,000 points. What's your score?
Points. I think I'm 930.
So you get your enhancements and 10 points over.
Which is inspired.
Sorry, triumph is the word.
I am inspired. So that means once I get to add 1 to wound rolls, is that it?
Yes.
Yes. Once per game, I get to do that, and then it's done.
That's it. So I've got priority, so I'm going to
Yes.
say I'm going to let you go first so I can spend some more time pretending I know this army.
Yes, that's fine.
Just so you're aware,
Yep.
because I know in turn 1 your low tide gives you cover.
It does indeed.
I also have cover in my frigate.
So does that mean I can't shoot you?
You can target them,
I can target
and when you target the ship, if it has units within it,
Yep.
you choose which one you're trying to target.
Right.
But for the sake of cover, they have a +1 to save,
Okay.
and in addition, because Arkanauts like to be fancy,
Yep.
we also have -1 to be hit.
Okay.
So
Cool.
so yeah, we'll be back in a moment after Idoneth Ironjaw's turn 1.
They call me the pilgrim. I've walked the world and seen my share. I follow no.
Hello. I have done. Come and join me on here. I have done my turn 1. I went first. So my tactic was seize the centre. I have managed it by getting my Thralls and my king on the centre. I have also managed to get this objective here and that objective down there. So by the end of that turn, my scores were 1 objective, 2 or more than Steve, and my tactics. So I get 5 points. We've had no combat. We've had no we tried to charge, but it didn't work. No combat, no charges, no battle shock. We are over to Steve for his turn 1.
I don't want to play these anymore. Back in a moment.
It's a queen of country, I swear. They call me the bandit, for he who dares must win. I put them into conflict, sometimes even before they begin, and it's always a little further we go, and it's always a little more than most. So if you need a hand, just call out my name. Always a little further we go. They call me a soldier. I've been known to toe the line through baptisms of fire. I stand fast with these brothers of mine.
Vince. Hello.
Hi.
Oh god. So end of my first ever turn
Did very well.
with the most annoying army in the goddamn world. I went for opening salvo for battle tactic. It didn't go to plan. There's too many guns in this army, and I'm not
I don't like the look
comfortable.
of it.
I know it's the first time I've played them, so obviously I have to get used to them. But I'm a Khorne orc player, so I run in and hit things. I don't shoot them
You're
from
a
afar.
sweet corn.
I'm determined to kill you now. Anyway, right. So
personally, not my army.
moved the frigate over here. The Admiral and Arkanaut company have stayed inside. We then had the Endriggers come over this way with that, and we had the Endrinmaster and the other Endriggers go over that way, and basically went for look for things which are simple to kill. So we shot a lot into your, was it your Reavers or was it your
It
Thralls?
was my Reavers.
So we tried to kill the Reavers. We got them down to 2 after all shots.
Did, yeah.
And that was with everything from the ship, including its riders.
It was just they kept saving well because you're within 12 inches and I'm on the low tide thing, which means everything's treated as cover, as in cover. It worsened your scores, and then I saved well just by rolls.
Yeah.
So
over the other end, they tried to deal with the eels. Were they the Morrsarr guard?
They were the Morrsarr guards, yes.
And it then led into charges where my Endrins went into the Soul Screamer or Soulrender, or I refer to him as Leggy Pete. And one fell to his sweeping blades, but he is down to 2.
He's down to 2
with the swords and stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't disembark, so we still got everyone in the ship. We lost 2 Endrinringers, or what they're called, Endrinriggers, over the other side, but we managed to take down 2 of the Morrsarr guard. The entire Thralls went away. Reavers,
the entire Reavers died because the 2 that were remaining left in battle shock.
And then we came to scoring, so I didn't get opening salvo, which I went for and failed, but I did get 1, 2 and more for scoring, so it's now 5-3.
Just 5-3.
So we now need to find out who's going first. So I'll roll the dice here. I've got 3.
1.
I'm going to double turn you.
You suck.
Back in a moment.
They call me Commander. I lead followers who serve to lead. I offer no compromise. A charitable force is what I breathe. And it's always a little further we go. It's always a little more than most. But if you need a hand, just call out my name. Always a little further we go. And it's always a little further we go. And it's always much more than most. But if you need a
Are you hiding your face, Emma?
Yes. Because this was a stupid time. Stupid! People in balloons, stupid.
I do not like this filming setup.
I don't either. I don't like being on the sofa like this.
It feels all welcome to the Big Brother house and welcome to doing Warhammer on TV.
I am cross. Also,
feel-
I can never remember where the camera is, and I'm like,
It's that thing there.
I am cross.
Welcome back from turn 2 of still the stupidest army, and I say that as someone who just had
Going into the shot.
fun whilst playing that. I don't know why I had to go for a bit of Fry and Laurie feeling, just a bit of fun. Anyway, so I went for bombing run as the tactic. I moved the frigate over the sea, the Soulrender.
Yes.
I destroyed him with my bombing charge, which, or whatever it's called, the bomb rack. So therefore got the tactic. I then saw the eels over here. So we charged them and did the ramming boat thing, and then all of the Arkanauts got out of the boat. And then coming down like some heroic monster, the Arkanaut Admiral slid down his rope with his hammer in hand, swung down and killed the final eel, because we just wanted to be fancy. On the other side of the board, I rallied another Endringer in the beginning of the turn. And that leaves us on scoring of 5 points for the turn, putting us at, I believe, 8 points to 5 in the Arkanauts' favour. And we're going into your turn next. Are you feeling confident, and are you going to unleash the beast in the middle of the room?
Because I can't unleash the beast yet.
Oh, he can definitely do stuff.
He will definitely do stuff, but I cannot take objectives. Well, maybe I can. Oh, we'll see how it goes.
You'll sticky the
Look
middle.
at these. These are all the cards of the things that were killed. Steve has killed 3 things. 3 things of mine.
Someone's really playing up the acting thing.
Okay.
She's an actor.
I'm so angry.
I'm tired. Anyway, so
I'm the chef.
So you're gonna keep the middle just before we go into this.
Yeah.
Welcome to Steve Pretends to Know Things.
I'm gonna keep the middle.
You're gonna keep the middle because it's sticky.
So
you can move out.
I'm gonna move. Oh, I'm gonna move. probably this way.
The Arkanaut, no, the Akhelian King can do a lot of damage on his moving and stuff like that. So you could, I wouldn't waste him over that side with the Endringer and the Endrinmaster.
No, but I want to kill that guy.
Yeah, but you could use that with your 10 Thralls that can shoot.
Yeah, no, they can't. I can't shoot anymore.
Oops. But
they can move, but they can move close enough to charge.
And you can move and charge because of high tide.
I can indeed. So yes.
So yeah, you've got a good turn ahead of you. I think it's going to be fine. It's just if the dice play well.
The dice are not.
Back in a moment and see how this went.
Still like my fish.
It's okay. Back in a moment.
My turn. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Fish's turn.
This has resulted in me having 1 objective marker, 2 or more, so more than Steve because it's only 3, and I got my tactic, which was broken ranks. I wanted to kill your 2, what were they?
Endringers.
Endringers that were over here, which I killed with the king. So I managed to pile my king into them and also his Dirigible frigate over here, and did some damage to that, but my next on my list is to kill that. So yeah, you lost 4 models.
We're going into your high tide as well next.
Yeah, we are.
Anyway, we're not playing this up.
High tide!
Welcome to CBB's Dust. Wow.
I feel like a puppet, to be fair.
But yeah, you scored 5 points, but 10
points.
points to 8 in your favour. Shall we find out who's going first in this next one? So 5.
6.
You get to choose.
I go first.
Double turned into a double turn.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what's about to happen.
It's not going to be able to, but I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay.
I think that, you need to charge things.
Yep, I need to charge things.
Wait. No, I was about to say you can move and charge, so you can technically retreat and charge again.
I can't, because I never picked that ritual.
That's cool. Anyway, so we'll find out what happens in the Akhelian King turn.
Yes.
3.
Okay.
Oh, Idoneth. Bye.
Bye. Hi, Steve's coming. Well, you might be able to see over here if you can, but my tactic that I chose was repel, to try and kill something of Steve's that's partially or wholly within my territory. I failed it. So the scores at the end of that are still, I have 1, 2 more than Steve, but I don't get my tactic, so I just get 3 points.
So 13 to 8.
13 to 8. Really want to kill this thing. Because
I mean, you've taken it down a lot.
I've taken it down to 6. Your hero over there, I can't remember what he's called.
The Endrinmaster.
The Endrinmaster, who's over there, is down to 2. My grand strategy was to kill all of Steve's heroes, so I need to kill the Endrinmaster and then a little guy here who is behind
the Arkanaut Admiral.
The Arkanaut Admiral, who is behind your frigate. But I need to get your frigate out of the way, out of the frigate way, to kill the frigate hero behind it.
I'm going to do some silly stuff in a minute, so you're probably going to have a chance to kill him.
We like silly stuff. I'm already forgetting about your tiny dudes behind, like
the Arkanaut company, who are a stealth group because they're not even on their base.
Don't talk about them. Stealth. So I've got my Akhelian King still and my Namarti Thralls.
Yes. Rolls have been awful.
Rolls have been bad for both of us.
Yes. But yeah, back in a moment with the Kharadron Overlord turn 3. and potentially the end of the battle report, because we've been doing this a lot recently, where we get to about turn 3 or 4, and then we go, let's talk it out.
So it's 1,000 points. You kind of wipe out a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, back in a moment.
Bye.
Can't you feel it? 'Cause it ruined all that. I say, can't you feel it? I'm in your brain.
Hi. Hi.
Hello there.
My king died.
Welcome back to the Kharadron Overlords turn 3. I went for Slay the Warlord because
You slayed him.
you were very much gunning for my Admiral.
I was trying to kill your guy, yes.
Yeah. I retreated both the Endrinmaster and the Frigate to get into the middle, to give me the middle objective, and also to get them near each other so I can start healing because he's only on 6 wounds.
Yes.
And I do need him to live for the end of the game.
Oh yeah, you do.
And then
Him specifically.
my tactic of rule the skies is you can't have any behemoths,
No.
and I have to have a sky vessel on the board.
Okay, cool.
So
The sky vessel is the frigate.
yeah.
Right. Okay, cool.
So and also I was thinking if the Endrinmaster needs to get in there and heal himself, he also has the ability to then hide in the ship if he has to get in there. But we went for Slay the Warlord. We slayed said Warlord very famously. You were getting annoyed because I all-out defensed and financed outward.
Yeah, you stacked,
And
but you also
stacked,
have
you
very
became
good
quite good.
saves anyway, which is rubbish. Like your save is 3. It's the same as Stormcast.
I was going to say, do you remember this all the times that you've gone, oh no,
there's a bit I
Bastion
missed while
lives.
painting.
Oh no. Anywho,
Yeah.
yes, so scoring wise, I got 1-2 more in tactic,
Yard.
which led us to the
13 to 13.
13 all, yeah. So this is going to be very much with your one unit. It might come to a point of talk it out or
It might.
or play it out first. But let's see who's
See
going
who goes
first. 3.
5.
So you get to choose.
I'll go first.
You go first.
I'm going to do Conquer.
You go conquer.
I'm going to take an objective off you.
Yep.
I'm going to move all those to the middle.
I was going to say, do you want to play this out or do you
Yeah,
just want
let's
to talk
play
it out at this
No,
point?
let's play it out. Might as well.
That's fine.
Shits and gigs. Yeah.
Back in a moment.
Bye. Hello.
Hello.
So that was my turn 4. Yes it was, tried to do Conquer and take the objective you have in the middle, and I didn't get it. I also tried to, while I was there, I was trying to kill your hero, and I didn't manage to do that either. So I just have 3 little guys left on the board. And I scored 1 point for 1 objective.
It's
Ooh.
at this point that I would say let's talk it out because
This is
you have
bonus.
3 models at 3 wounds.
Yeah.
I just need to go get the app.
Okay. No worries.
Talk among yourselves.
Hi. Oh, I just did a yawn, sorry. Blah, 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 blah.
So, for my turn, I could go for Broken Rank, which would get me a point. I would say with the amount of shooting and stuff I've been doing, and then the attacks, I could kill them.
Easily, yeah.
So that would get me Conquer, and I would control.
Yep.
I would Broken Rank. Sorry.
I was going to say I wouldn't get you Conquer.
Sorry, I was reading
fine.
the sheet. So I'd get
worry.
1-2 more than you in tactic.
Yeah.
And then turn 5, we'd
Yeah.
roll to see who goes first. I know you don't know your models, but just for the sake of talk out.
2.
2 and 2. I'd choose to go first just for the sake of it. I would go for Conquer at that point, and I'd fly over to that one, which takes me the point, which gives me 1-2 more
than me,
tactic,
yeah.
and I get defend the flagship because he's
kept
there.
him there. Yes.
You would get no points in the next
No.
turn,
No.
and you wouldn't
I
be able
don't
to do a
get seven
tactic.
ahead
You wouldn't
either.
have to get
Yeah.
7 ahead.
So I get nothing.
So we finished the game on
20
26,
26. I thought it was
to
20.
14
Yes.
in the Kharadron Overlords feather.
And you still don't like them?
No.
Why?
It was so complicated.
That was so complicated. Oh my god, your shooting went on for hours.
That was like playing...
I was like, man, I have aged.
That was like my big war spell turn.
Shooting went on so long.
I think, again, so I've just played that's my first game with that army, with that list. I went for just things that I could make out of the models that we had at home, and even then with the Gretchin not even on the bases at this point, with my stealth company, that wasn't going to happen much, but I wanted to also make it coherent, so everything has been a Fire Slayer model or could be allied into the Fire Slayers.
Yes.
So the Imperatant being the Endrinmaster.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand why people like them to play, because that felt overly powerful, even at a dumb list that wasn't even right.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of things I wasn't using any of the works, or I didn't use any of the masters of the higher. No, not that. That's the points. I didn't use any of the what are they called?
I don't know. What are they called?
Lords. No, that's Iron Sky Command abilities. So you can do Iron Sky Command abilities if you have an Arkanaut. They must be issued by Arkanaut admirals, and in addition, Sky vessels can issue them to themselves. So you've got combat landing. Use this combat ability at the end of your movement phase. That unit receives the command must be a friendly transport vessel. Any embarked in the transport vessel can immediately disembark. A unit that disembarks in this way cannot move in the same turn.
Yeah.
So it's just like an emergency redeploy sort of thing.
Yeah.
Fly high. You can use this combat ability at the end of the movement phase. Command a sky vessel. That's more than 3 inches from enemy units. Remove that unit from the battlefield. Set it up anywhere on the board, so you get a translocate for a point.
That's cool.
And disengage. You can use this command ability in the movement phase. Use the unit that receives this must be a friendly sky vessel that's not yet moved in the phase. That unit embarks in the units. That unit and units embarked can retreat and still shoot later. If I'd known about that one, that would have been bloody useful earlier. But yeah, I didn't use any of those. I didn't use my my stick to the code stuff. Actually, no, I did use it earlier in the game. I used the reroll one hit roll. I didn't use trading. That would have been really useful.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't use the trading thing, even though no, you never shot me, so that's fine.
I never shot you, no.
I did use Honour is Everything at one point. So yeah, there are a lot of bits that I could
still
have.
Don't like it.
It's just not my style. It's very.
You like hitting things.
I like running in and punching, and the punching in this army
wasn't great.
Great. The heroes were cool if the rolls were good.
Yeah.
But you get free rend 1-2 damage each, or something like that.
It was all shooting as well.
It was very much shooting.
And yeah, you like to run in and punch stuff. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
But then also, like, I could see if you were usually playing an army that runs in and hits, and you wanted a flavour change. This is a big flavour change. Get this and Fire Slayers, for example, and you've got all the Duodin. You can pair them into each other. You can also do a lot of stuff where you then kind of like theme the army total as your Fire Slayer, so you can pair them in doubles and stuff like that. And play off that sort of thing. It could be. It's a good army.
Yeah, just not for you, Jen.
I know that with my first play of it, I didn't use it effectively, but still won.
Yeah.
I know that if I'd sat and learnt it more, and I'd had different models and had the ability to go into things like the decrees of the code, where you've got stuff like boots on the ground, has 3 different sky vessels just disembark. Stake a claim, you basically have less objectives and then you take objectives. Mobilise 3 different units on the field need to be embarked into a ship.
Okay.
So if you had 3 ships and you're at 2,000 points, which was what my original plan was when we were talking about doing a 2,000 point game of this, having 3...
What would it have been like for you if you'd had another 1,000 points?
that would have been headachy.
Yeah. Are you glad you did 1,000?
I mean, our original plan was that I was going to play a couple of games to learn them anyway.
Yes.
So now now that I don't have to do that, I can go back to playing things I like playing. Again, I think this is an army that if you're into shooting and you like steampunk and you are into... I said a thing at the end of my last tournament that I went to where I was like, I want consistent scoring and I want consistent saving.
Yes.
A lot of this is consistent scoring and saving. It has easy battle tactics and it has easy saves that free up normal before, stuff like that. The battle line have higher problems, but then also at 2,000 points you can flood the board with a bit more and do a bit more silly stuff. I think it's a good army for someone who wants to get into competitive play and win. It feels like the beginner's guide to winning.
I don't like it.
You were talking about...
I know. I was only choosing it because you were winning.
I
still like my fish.
Yeah, I think out of all the game we were playing after that, I really enjoyed playing against the fish, and I was like, oh, I really wish I'd done this. If I was playing the fish, I would have done this, or I would have tried this list and stuff like that. But this has been our January battle report. As this will probably be quite short, we'll say this now. If it is short, we'll probably put another free one out because, you know, we don't want to be completely unfair. But yeah, we'll be back shortly. Yes. We don't know what's happening for February's one yet.
No.
But
I have an idea.
At the top.
What if we put all the armies into a hat? And we both pick an army at random.
I don't like proxy.
Okay, fine.
I'm going to say this. I don't know how you feel as our audience members. Hello. I don't like proxying that much, but I think it would be fun to do later down the line.
Yeah.
We'll do a proxy game again when we've got more chance of putting things on the board as well, because that was also the problem in this, was that I limited my choices to things I could fit a Fire Slayer army around.
You did, yeah.
And it would be nice to have more model sizes. Like if I made my Gretchin up and had them properly, at least it would be like, so that all the orcs are playing the Kharadron Overlords this time, sort of thing, and get you a chance to get some more models as well.
Yep.
I think Path to Glory would be a good start.
Path to Glory would be a good start.
If we've got our 600 points of
600
ogres and
Idoneth fish. Only ogres 600. Probably do 600.
Yeah. Fish. It's just the Vanguard box.
Fishes! Yes. Oh.
And a shark.
And a shark.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
As always, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, share us with your friends, share us with your enemies, share us with people that want to learn how not to play Warhammer, share us with people who want to learn to play Warhammer and then watch this and get better.
Watch a proper one.
Check out our podcast, St. James Files, where you can hear us play Call of Cthulhu.
Yes,
and we shall see you next month, if not in another video, if this is shorter, I don't know, there may be a second game.
I don't know.
Bye.